Hello, my name's Jess and I'm one of the managers of our customer success team here at Perkbox. I think one of the most important ways in which we can avoid getting stuck in a rut is by trying new things. And so I think it's important to constantly enable and empower your team so that they know that they can try new things, get creative and think outside of the box. So for instance, last month, my team rather than sending emails to explain how to use the platform, have started doing self-filmed versions of these explainers, which is far more engaging than reading an email. I think it's really important to celebrate the little things, not just the big accomplishments. For instance, we share at the beginning of a week what we're working on that week so that when someone accomplishes those things, we can all celebrate for them. And that might be something like finally getting through to a customer that's been ignoring them for a while, or just simply getting through their inbox. But celebrating the little things is really good for morale and also giving yourself a bit of confidence. It's natural that if you've got 10 good things, you're always going to remember that one bad thing, and that can really grate on you if you're having a hard time at work. So I think it's important that if someone comes to you with a problem or a situation where they're feeling particularly down, it's good to review the progress that they've made in order to get to this particular point. It helps them remember how they got through stuff in the past, but also helps them acknowledge just how far they've come on a personal level, and help them remember that they're awesome.
Hi, my name is Iona and I work in the Perkbox marketing team as head of campaigns. So the past year has highlighted the importance of employee wellbeing and the responsibility that employers have to look after their employees, especially because the lines between work and life have very much been blurred in this remote world. I think an important part of being a manager is properly understanding how your team are doing, rather than just how they're performing at work. And you can foster this environment of open communication by having regular one-to-ones and team catch-ups, and dedicating that first 10 minutes of the catch-up to just asking your team how they're doing. This just allows them to be a bit more open and also feel supported before you launch into that work chat. And especially as a manager, you should be open with how you're feeling if you expect that from your team.
Hi, I'm Will, and I'm an International Programme and Portfolio Manager at Perkbox. This last year has been super challenging in lots of different ways, especially when trying to coordinate a collection of projects across different time zones with multiple stakeholders involved. One way that I've been able to make sure that everyone is super engaged and motivated is, really simply, empowering them to make decisions. We've adopted a policy of accepting failure, but not accepting a failure to act. That means that the project navigators in my team have been able to stand up, take ownership and accountability in their work, and they know that they will have all the support they need around them, but ultimately, it's their responsibility to drive. In a world where we're trusting our employees to maintain productivity whilst balancing work and life, we've been able to create a team of leaders that really believe in what they're doing, because ultimately, they're the ones taking charge.
Hi, I'm Anna. I do sales enablement here at Perkbox, and for me, knowledge is power. When you know just what to do in your day-to-day, it's such a comforting feeling. And the employees that have the right resources and tools that they need to be successful are always more motivated. So what can you do in order to motivate your team through sharing knowledge and information? Well, first of all, ask them what it is that they want, because maybe you think that they're lacking one piece of information where in fact, they're wondering about something completely different. Second, don't think about how big those pieces of information should be. Even the smallest thing, like an email template, can make a big difference for someone. And lastly, praise progress, because let's face it, not all of us are perfect. And that perfection is quite difficult to reach, but knowing that you're on the right track is something that will keep you engaged and motivating and striving to do better. So keep informed, keep knowledgeable, and keep motivated.
My name's Nathan, and I'm a Customer Experience Operations Analyst here at Perkbox. And today I want to say a few things about respect. So respecting your employees doesn't just mean being nice or friendly. It's about taking into account their day-to-day responsibilities. It's also about respecting people's time. Individual teams, individual people within the company have their own priorities and have to deliver on those. With the pandemic, it's also important to realise that death by Zoom has crept in quite a bit. When setting up meetings, we should make sure that we respect each other's time by having an action point at the end of them and also a goal statement. People shouldn't have to earn respect as well. They should already be welcome to it. When someone joins you, you want to be respectful of them and trust that they will do a great job. When respect drops from an employer's perspective, so does trust, and you'll probably find that if you don't respect them as an employee, they won't respect you as an employer. This can be quite serious and spread throughout parts of the organisation. Respect and trust, therefore, go hand in hand.